Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Django, and today we're going to be looking at a tutorial I made for you guys for PvP Tokyo. Tokyo is the most common map to get in matchmaking, but it's also the most complicated in terms of just layout. So it's not uncommon to see a lot of new players really struggle to help their team on offense and on defense. Some common problems and tactical issues that you'll see is especially bunching up too much. So when your team is attacking or defending, you really need to watch 4 areas. When you're attacking, you need to watch trash alley, street, mid alley, and big alley. When you're defending, you need to watch trash alley, street, and big alley. When you're defending, you don't need to watch mid alley because if you have a guy on street peak, he can actually cover street and street stairs. When you have a guy on street peak, he can cover street corner, and street stairs, which will stop anyone from mid alley from getting up onto the main platform. When attacking, if you bunch up, it makes you a large target and it makes sure that even 1 or 2 determined defenders with good angles can wipe out all 4 or 5 of you in one foul swoop. And it's really not that hard because all of you end up keeping the same 1 or 2 angles and they just have to shoot in the same spot as soon as they see a head poke out. Now I'm going to go over some formations that'll almost always give you the win on Tokyo. So we're going to start with defense. While you're defending the objective, you have to cover all 3 entrances to the main platform. If one of them is open, then a rush down that angle will almost inevitably make you lose. So first formation is going to be a wide area control. This formation is meant to give you early kills. It's also meant to slow down the defenders from making any progress up the map towards the objective. On your 5-man team, you should always have at least 1 specialist, but no more than 3. A specialist is someone with a limited role weapon, such as a shotgun or a sniper rifle. SMGs are not specialists typically because they can equip sights that give them zoom, like an ACOG, and they can also equip grips that help them decrease recoil. This means that SMGs can perform as well or better than assault rifles on most maps, and all maps really. For the first formation, put 1 man on pots, 1 man on street peak, 1 man on alley wall, and 1 man in the nest. Your last man will go on roadblock. This means that immediately, if the attackers want to progress at all, they cannot move up street, they can't move up trash alley, they can't move up mid alley, and they can't move up big alley. So this puts your attackers in a situation where they either have to have a sniper, or you can try and get a few early kills on the attackers. One of your more risky players, like the player at roadblock, hide and wait for them to advance. Then once they advance, the player at roadblock will try to get as many kills as he can, leaving the team essentially crippled. At this point, if they moved up street and they got crippled by your player at roadblock and street peak, they would have to move up trash alley or street stairs. Your player at pots can finish them off at trash alley and give you the win. If they went up big alley, your player at nest can open fire on them, your player at alley wall can open fire on them, and then hide afterwards if the player at nest is eliminated. Once they move up big alley, the player at alley wall can cripple them, and while this is happening, your player at roadblock is pivoting to move down mid alley, moving down carefully, always keeping his gun sights up to watch for sweepers. Once he gets all the way down mid alley, he can move up big alley and flank them. But to slow them down and give him time to catch up with them, the player at street peak will lay down behind a bench and take fire through and over objective wall stairs. Your player at pots can then rotate around through ivy into trash peak to eliminate anyone who makes it to the objective wall while watching connection and back alley. This is a very effective formation, but it can fall apart if you are playing against players that focus on sniping and early kills, or fast, powerful formations like a 5-man rush or a 3-man rush. To counter this, keep a tight crossfire formation on the main platform. This will keep snipers from getting any shots at you since you're not going for early spawn peaks, and it will also hurt the team entirely because the snipers won't be much use on the main platform at all, meaning the player is pretty much limited to his pistol. No match for your AR, SMG, or shotgun. For this formation, you will have 1 man in the corner of ivy hiding, 1 man at pots, 1 man at street peak, 1 man at mid wall, and 1 man at objective wall. If they are running snipers, you can substitute the man at street peak to instead hide at trash peak, and he can stand up and watch street stairs. All of you will stay quiet and wait for the players in the attacking team to take the peak instead. But because you have all 5 players by the main platform, you have 2 men for every angle. In Trash Alley, the man at Ivy and the man at Pots. For Street Stairs, you have the man at mid wall and the man at street peak or trash peak. For Objective Stairs, you have the man at objective wall and the man at mid wall. For the objective, you have the man at trash peak, mid wall, objective wall, or street peak. This makes it essentially impossible for the attacking team to get one-on-ones. They will always be facing 2 to 3 people at once at one angle, which gives you a significant advantage because when you're attacking and taking a peek, only one man can peek an angle at a time. Win at least 2 of the fights and immediately you'll have an advantage as you'll be fighting 5v3. And the rest is just cleanup duty. Now for attacking formations. These formations will not only wreck any unorganized group, but even can counter the formations I just described on defense through some pretty clever techniques. Starting with the 2 types of attacks, a rush and a push. A push is a slow but steady pressure that you keep on defense. This means that the defense can't afford to look away from you and give up the angle or risk being flanked. But they also can't rotate or switch out with teammates because while they do, they will be leaving another area empty. And during the push, it is very important that the enemy team does not know where all 5 of your men are at once at least. Pushes usually need men spread out throughout separate areas to maintain the stealth needed for these maneuvers. The other type of attack is a rush. A rush is a very fast, vicious attack on 1 or 2 points, usually very close to each other. This catches defenders by surprise. Defenders who are not organized and have not organized angles to keep 2 or more men on each angle, or a wide area control defense formation, can be broken by a well-timed rush. Rushes are often at the beginning of a round, but do not have to start at the beginning of a round. It is common for rounds to start with a push and then become a rush when things become more intense and more dire. It is always better to use a planned rush rather than a spontaneous rush because that gives you the advantage of having all 5 men instead of maybe 3 or 2. There are 2 main rush techniques on Tokyo. One is Trash Alley Street, the other is Big Alley Mid Alley. There is also Street Mid Alley, but I honestly do not think it is very advisable nor effective because I've never lost a round to anyone who's rushed Street and Mid Alley together because Street Peak, Pots, Mid Wall, and Roadblock can all hold them off, which means a 5v4 is not really that great of an advantage, especially when you're attacking through a wide open street. Starting with Trash Alley Street. Immediately, if you have a heavy gun, put it away and run barehanded to big crates. 2 men with long-range assault rifles or snipers will run to big crates, while 1 man with a sniper rifle or assault rifle with zoom and some really good aim will stay at street corner leaning over to watch Street Peak, Roadblock, and the corner of Pots. While the men have made it to big crates, another man is going to be moving to replace you at big crates. Those first 2 men will make their way up to the entrance of Trash Alley, while the man at big crates and street corner start laying down heavy suppressive fire down the middle of the street at street peak and any enemies there. Any enemies who weren't there will start rotating from their positions to meet you, inevitably because they haven't found anyone yet because you're all on the street. While they're rotating and the men at street corner and big crates continue laying heavy fire, the 2 men who have made it to Trash Alley will start moving their way up, with 1 man at the corner aiming straight down Trash Alley and another man putting his gun away and running as fast as he can to the first lip. Once he gets to the first lip of the hallway, he will pull out his gun, aim down his sights, and his buddy will walk up with his gun still out to meet him. Once they have united, they will both turn the corner at the same time. 1 man will watch Ivy, 1 man will watch Pots. As they are working their way up, the 3rd man who went to replace them at big crates will move his way up to the entrance of Trash Alley, but instead he will peek around the right side of the building and continue laying fire onto street, but now able to shoot closer to the objective. The sniper at street corner, if he's still alive at this point to be honest, will now start slowly walking up the street since most defenses should be hiding now. The men who fought their way up Trash Alley and eliminated the threat at Pots and Ivy will work their way down the main platform. Once they have maintained control of that side of the main platform, One of them will move and loop around through Ivy back alley and clear Trash Peak. Once he has cleared Trash Peak, he can then get on top and clear any enemies at the objective wall, while the sniper has fully worked his way up the street, and the third man on the corner of the street rushes up to meet them. That is the most effective technique for rushing on street and trash alley. 5-man rush, very little risk, and extremely high success rates. The next rush technique is not to rush, at least not at first. You will start at park. 2 men will go to park, 1 sniper, and 1 carrying an assault rifle or an SMG. It doesn't matter, it just needs to have good aim. The sniper will jump onto the trash can on park and check nest, connection, and corner alley for any sniper defenses, as well as trying to jump so he could see onto alley wall. Be sure to prone and jump up often, so that way you're not exposing yourself when you're not ready to engage. The second man on park will hide inside the bush while watching mid alley for any flanks. The other 3 men will work their way up far alley, up into big alley, and while working and calling out any positions to the sniper and the assistant, they will work their way up big alley, eliminate any defenses at alley wall, corner alley, nest, or connection, and then when they are ready and they are at alley wall as fast as possible, you must always watch out for enemies at crates. This is where the assistant gets in. When they're working up to alley wall and they're about to meet there, you need to run up, jump down, and eliminate any defenses at crates. At this point, the sniper should have eliminated anyone at corner alley, connection, or nest. If this has not been done, then the 3 people on the ground do not move forward. It is too much of a risk. You are safe where you are and you have the advantage. This is the push. Once you have eliminated all enemies at connection, nest, and corner alley, the assistant jumps down, eliminates any defense at crates, and all 3 of you will push up into big alley to alley wall. The assistant will run up and start circling around alley wall, beginning to get a peek at objective wall. He will start unloading, and while he's doing this, 3 of you on the ground will crawl to get a peek at objective wall. Once one of you has at least 1 confirmed kill, all of you will rush in. The man with an SMG will move through connection to clear back alley, trash peak, and Ivy. Once he's done that, he will loop around the entire main platform to get any cleanup work needed to be done at pots or spot anyone coming back from mid alley or street to defend the objective. During this time, the sniper has moved his way all the way up big alley and has jumped inside the bush on objective stairs. It is sniping as much as he can, but mostly using his pistol. His goal is to stay alive. Both of these tactics will almost always grant you a win on Tokyo. So, thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see another video like this, I'm making one on gym next week. So make sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and hit that notification bell if you want to see that strategy guide and get the new map that I'm making for gym on that new video. Guys, all the maps and graphics I used for this video will be in the description below. If you want to use them for your team, learn those callouts, and teach your scrub teammates how to stop dying all the time.